Hey everyone, welcome to another episode here on my Minecraft realm. I am Nick. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. I really appreciate it. And you can see in the little window I am surrounded by a whole bunch of villagers. So let's jump over into the game here and so villager, I understand villager mechanics, but I also hate villager mechanics because for whatever reason, and I don't know why, you'll notice this when these guys try to sleep. Number one, there's way too many of them in here. There are, what, let's see, 18 beds in here. And this is basically my little villager breeder that I made. And we stuck, for now, a whole bunch of stonecutters in here because I want to make a whole bunch of stonemasons so I can get a lot of different colors of terracotta. I mentioned it, or at least I think I might have mentioned it in episode 16, but if I didn't, I have a bottleneck problem. And it is an ink bottleneck, or it is a black dye bottleneck for a lot of different things like concrete, terracotta, anything you would need black dye for, which is actually a lot of stuff. So, hey, we can see through the world. Haha. But yeah, so I made. Oh, are you level 1? Hang on, is this guy level 1? No. You see how they got this little thing on their like little apron thingy, the little bag? If it has a diamond on it, that means they're master level. Means I've already traded them up to their master trade. But anyway, there's an ink bottleneck. And basically, I did look up some tutorials on squid farms. They are insane. Like, just literal insanity in terms of Bedrock Edition especially. Because basically, you have to build a 9-chunk large platform out in the ocean. And then you have to, like, spawn-proof the entire rest of this spawnable area around it. Which is crazy. And then you basically get like 15,000 drops an hour, I think, or so, is what Silent Whisperer ended up saying that it did. 15,000 or so drops per hour. Now, wait, what is happening here? I've never actually seen all of them sleep all at once, and we got a dunce, of course. So let's get rid of him. But, yeah, so yeah, diamond. Oh, nope, we got a level 1 guy right here. Come here. And we are just going to trade him all the way up. And what I'm hoping to get out of one of these guys is glazed black terracotta, but none of them have ponied it up yet, sadly. None of them have really been willing to... Come on, get back up here. Come on. Gonna finish out my trades with you there. Let's see. Yeah, so... Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, they were not doing this before. They were not sleeping at all. Oh, you just grew up and became a stonemason. How awesome. So now I can buy stuff from you. And light blue... I mean, blue, like, all these are... I mean, this is good. Like, this is all stuff that we're going to be able to use eventually. And, like, we have so many stonemasons now between the actual trading hall and down here. Like, this is even more than is up in the trading hall up there. But... Basically, I decided I was going to solve the bottleneck that I had for ink, because that farm, like, to build that farm, especially on this server, like, there's only 3 of us that play on this server, like, and my friend Craig might still join us on the server, and, you know, there are other things like that, like, you know, other people might join sometime in the future, or whatever. I actually ended up kind of locking Bio out of the thing, because he's been just kind of taking all of our supplies, never replenishes anything. Used, like, literally, I had 2 stacks of diamonds in there and, like, literally, like, just used all of them, it seems. And all of them are growing up, like, right now at nighttime. Okay. And, see, I mean, again, like, things like magenta, cyan glaze, like, this is all nice, but I want somebody to have black glaze. We got another dunce. It's okay, I still have more food, and I think everyone else is now a master stonemason. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. So, first things first, let's convert all of our bricks. The number of bricks I'm getting out of this is insane, by the way. As well as, like, all your polished variants of all the decorative blocks, like granite, diorite, all those different kinds of things. Like, I'm just getting so much great stuff, which is really nice. So, I am not at all complaining about any of that. But it's kind of making a headache. But, yeah, that's how I'm going to solve my bottleneck problem, is basically by just... I mean, now that I have a working raid farm, which... I just spent like a few hours there while I was doing some housework the other day, and just like stacks upon stacks of diamond block, or of emerald blocks, I should say. This is also a slime chunk, so they spawn right outside of here all the time. Yes, yes, kitty. Yes. Lots and lots of kitties. Yeah, they've actually never done this before, but I think they were having trouble because what I had this originally laid out the opposite way. I had the beds against the outside walls, and then I had the stone cutters at the feet of their beds. And I think they were having trouble pathfinding to their actual beds because during the night, half of them would just stand here awake. They would never actually go to sleep. So I'm kind of really, really glad to actually see that they are all sleeping now. But I want to try to get more stonemasons that actually trade in black terracotta or black glazed terracotta. If it's just black terracotta, I don't care. But one of the two. And then I can just buy as much as I could possibly ever need and not have to worry about it. Because as you know, I want it for that red tower project where I'm building in that island I hollowed out. So that's kind of, I mean, just like I said, there's only a few people playing on this server. Like, the amount of man hours that would go into building that squid farm is just insane. And then on top of that, you're also talking about, I'm going to actually get another shulker here, and we're actually going to start loading that one up too. Yep, there we go. Yeah, but the amount of man hours that would take, like the amount of work, the amount of effort it would take, like it's just not worth it to me to build something of that scale in here. So I'm just not going to do it. I just don't want to do it. Like, it would literally just be kind of soul crushing, if I'm being 100% honest. And, I mean, granted, it would get us lots of ink, but then the bigger thing that I would have to deal with from that farm, like, I would have to build some kind of auto sorter to basically dispose of all the fish at will, if I wanted to. What we're kind of going to have to do is, once I've leveled all these guys up, we're going to have to go through and we're going to have to pick out the guys that have the most, like, repeat stuff, that, like, we're getting the most of one type of thing. And we're going to have to start thinning out the herd. Kinda. That's kind of the only real option that we have here. And I believe that's the last of the adults, or the last of the babies. So now we got to wait. So we have, what, 1, 2, 3 open beds right now? And yeah, so the kind of problem here is we've got to figure out... Yeah. Yeah, we gotta turn that over into stuff. So, yeah, so what we need to do is we need to go through all of these stonemasons, and we need to figure out which, you know, of them are basically expendable. And then we need to kind of keep trying to recycle them to get the type of stonemasons that we want. Also, I need string, so let's murder some cats. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. I need the string desperately. There is a spider spawner out at the skeleton farm that I am going to go and I'm going to use for that end as well, but I have not yet. This little kitten is like, and I don't want to kill one of the stonemasons accidentally before I have a chance to go through them. Of course, yeah, kitten's not going to drop a string. So I don't know why I was like so gung-ho on killing them, but whatever. Here we are. These things happen. Yeah, bricks, we are making out like bandits with bricks. Like, because I have so many of these stonemasons now, and emeralds are literally candy to me. I can literally just throw them away. Or literally just decorate an entire build with them. So, I'm not going to bore you guys with this anymore, but this is just what I've been doing since I finished up at the raid farm and came back here. And I've also begun work. I did promise at the end of the last video that I was going to begin work on another project that we were going to spend this video, the majority of this video anyway, working on. I have it some of the way done. I have a decent portion of it done. So, we are going to go over there. So, I will join you guys at the build. And welcome back, and we are coming into view of my new build, which again I have built some of already. And this again is the Nether portal that goes over to the village where our end portal is. And that pigman looked like he really wanted to get through the door there. Really did. But yeah, here we are in the village where our end portal is, which is really nice. And then all we have to do is just kind of fly up over this way. I mentioned it in the last video as well. There will be a full path that's going to lead over from the raid farm, which is floating right up over here. Which, ooh, I got more string. Let's go put down more string. Because all this snow regenerated already. I shouldn't have put that other string I got away in storage. Because, yeah, they will be able to spawn in these blocks if they get full of snow. Because raids can spawn on everything except for leaves and scaffolding for whatever reason. Even on redstone components, even on literally everything else. But yeah, so the raid farm, it works so well. There is one kind of technical thing about it that I don't like. And that's the Trident Killer. Apparently the way the Ravager's hitbox works is sometimes, the Ravagers will actually get kind of stuck on top of all the pistons and they will not be able to get off of them, so you actually, the Trident Killer won't kill them. So I had to like tear into the walls of the farm at one point to try to kill one of the Ravagers, but that was one hiccup in an otherwise just numerous raids. I got about a stack and a half of iron bars. I got, you know, probably like 8 stacks of emerald blocks, 8 full stacks of emerald blocks, you know. So I mean, it's just insane. But I felt, because I was now going to be moving some stuff around and developing some stuff in different areas and whatnot, that we needed an actual like proper nether tunnel. And that's when I came up with this kind of concept. I actually was piloting this on a live stream, kind of testing out some different design concepts to see what I liked, and this is the one that I came up with. Now I'm thinking maybe, and you guys will actually have to let me know. Go down in the comments and you can let me know if you think it's a good idea or you think it's not a good idea. So here's my chests right here. And we've kind of got this is endstone brick here. This is yellow terracotta. We've got yellow glazed terracotta in the little pattern there along the ceiling. And then we have smooth quartz blocks here in the floor. And I just love that it gets this kind of ringed yellow. I mentioned this also in the live stream. I know these are also very Fallout colors, but I will give a shiny nickel to anyone who can tell me the significance of these colors to me specifically. Yes, a shiny nickel. 1 nickel. So yeah, I feel like, and I just love these kind of really nice designs and stuff. All the lighting is hidden down beneath the stair blocks in these corners like this and up here like this. So all you see is this beautiful blue concrete, this blue glazed terracotta with this nice, like, what is this, like a seashell looking pattern thing? I don't know. And then we've got, of course, the birch stairs, which I feel complement that endstone brick really well. It makes a nice kind of seamless transition on the ceiling especially. And then it makes a nice break in contrast on the floor here. I could have done quartz stairs or something on the floor, but I just don't think it would have looked as good. And what is in here? Oh, this is for the path. So I think I mentioned, did I mention this in the live stream or did I mention it on the video? Either way, these are our blocks for the path that we're going to be building from the village over to the raid farm. We're going to connect those with a nice path. And then, of course, we've got our stuff in here to continue on our way building-wise. And yeah, this is what I was mentioning over in the comments. I was thinking about adding another element, like another depth element to something like this. And I was thinking maybe we could do something like this. Now, I also thought about, like, you know, you could always put, like, trapdoors in, like say, like this. Or whatever. But I think it's too much of a it's too complementary with the yellow terracotta underneath. It's not enough of a contrast, and I really want some good contrast here. So I don't really like it there per se, but I'm thinking we could do something like this, maybe over this part of the blue, or some other part of the blue. Like, you know, it doesn't even have to be that. It could be something like, instead of this, it could be something like, say, this. Or whatever, because then you're seeing that pop of blue behind it, so you're definitely seeing that huge textural component to it, which I really like. You know, so let me know in the comments if you have any preference. I might go with one of them, or I might not go with any of them. We might just leave the walls bare because I love that blue color. Absolutely love that blue color. I think that looks really nice, so I'm really happy to just kind of leave it as is and not really mess with it at all. We have just pigmen that are just eager and anxious here to get out that door. Hi guys. Bye guys. And this is eventually going to be extended out this way in the other direction as well. Wow, there's a lot of pigmen over here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lots of guys. Oh boy. This might get dicey. They kind of get derpy about the soul sand though. Like, they don't know what they're doing on it necessarily. I don't know why that is, if they just can't pathfind on it correctly or whatever the case may be. I don't know necessarily how pigmen were programmed in that regard, but yeah, they seem to have a lot of trouble pathfinding on soul sand. I love trolling pigmen. I really do. Get out of here. Oh, there goes that death cheater. My brother was making fun of me for it. It's like, oh, I host my own server, and I just back it up all the time, he says. Listen, I do dumb stuff like pick fights with a whole, like, massive squadron of pigmen, so, you know, we all have our things that we do in Minecraft. It's fine. It's fine, man. It's fine. It's a cheap source of gold nuggets. If you want some free, cheap gold nuggets, stop moving around. Figure out what you're gonna do and just die. There you go. Is that so hard? Anyway. Yes, now we can go back in here. And we're gonna... Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Let's get... I was gonna pop that in the Nether portal, but then I'm like, no, because then I'm gonna pick it up. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the birch trapdoors. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you think they'd actually make a good textural element in here, or if you think I should just kind of leave it as is. I love that blue color. I love how that looks when you're flying through it. And I actually kind of want to do that again just for the sake of it, just to kind of show you guys again what that actually looks like. And I ran out of end stone bricks at one point, which is why I had to do this. And then this over here. Now, here's the only real conundrum I have. Up above me right here. Up above me right here is nothing, apparently. There we go. It's the highway. It is the Nether highway. I'm kind of torn as to exactly how I want to incorporate this into the Nether highway. I think what I want to do is I want to just make an entrance, like an opening on both sides of this. And I kind of want to just leave like the top of this open at some point. So then if you want to, you can take the Nether highway and then you can just kind of jump down into this thing, maybe. Something like that. I don't necessarily know 100% what the best solution is going to be, because obviously if you want to ever get back up to the highway, you're going to need a way back up there as well. But again, look at how cool this looks flying through it. I think that just looks so cool. I mean, obviously we have to extend this thing beyond that Nether portal, because you're just running smack into the wall. Like, literally, it's one block past it. Literally one block. But I love this. And what I want to do, you know, a pipe dream anyway, at some point, is to get in here and kind of encase this whole thing in cobblestone, at least what's exposed. And then we're going to also add bridge supports underneath these different areas, which kind of just float over the lava flow like this, because I don't necessarily want it to just look like this, flying over the lava flow like this. And also, you know, as is just kind of the nature of terracotta, it just doesn't look good. Like the upside down seashell, to me, like that, to me, it doesn't look good on the outside. You need all those accenting elements like the quartz and then the birch stairs like you have inside. On the outside, it just looks weird. On the outside, it just looks weird. So I'd like to encase the whole thing in another block like cobblestone or maybe smooth stone or something like that, and just make it look a little bit different, because I think we really, really can make it look really good. What's over here? Ooh, I don't think I can get out of here the way I thought I could. Yes, I can. We can go right over here. So this was actually one thing I had to do in order to build another highway. I had to relocate this giant Nether waterfall. It was actually falling right over the top of this right here. There was lava pouring down literally all over the top of this. And it's like, well, I didn't necessarily have to remove it, except for the fact that I'm using wood. And we still have fire tick on the server. Don't ask me why I've never turned it off. I just never have. It's going to take lightning hitting something or something burning down in this game for me to be that upset about it to deactivate it. I still take it's even with all of the villagers that I now have, all those stonemasons I have to trade with. My brother's probably proud of me for all those stonemasons I now have to trade with. That's not even all of them. We're going to get more, too. But, yeah, I still take quartz, though. And you know why I take quartz? Because it's good for repairing fortune tools, anyway. Not silk touch tools, but... yeah. Because there's wood to birch stairs in this build, you kind of can't have it like this. You know, you can't have lava falling over the top of this, like spilling right over the top of this, because of fire tick, it's going to spread through and it's going to burn all the birch stairs. And I definitely don't want that to happen. So that's something we have to try to avoid. So yeah, this is going to be kind of a new, and I might honestly like color code different sections. Like if you're in the blue tunnel leads to the town with the end portal. You know, things like that. And we might do like a green tunnel. We might do like any color of dye that I can get relatively easily. Because, I mean, again, we have to make this out of concrete. And that's a lot of concrete blocks just in this section here. And I also need to build a concrete maker. That's one of the biggest problems that I'm kind of having right now. I'll tell you what, I need to do a shortcut key so I can change the FOV just like in one click. I wonder if there is such a thing in Bedrock. I honestly don't know if there is, but I wanted to grab my screenshot because, man, that just looks so amazing. Just looks absolutely great. So that's going to be our thumbnail for the video, like, boop, just like that. I absolutely love it. But yeah, so I just, you know, whatever major, like red, we could definitely do one with red. Although, I love the contrasting element against the nether. The red is not going to stand out nearly as much as something like this blue or the yellow does. Or even like a green or a gray or a white or a black. Like white, we could do white concrete for days. I really did think about doing that in here as well. Doing white concrete along the floors. But, I mean, quartz, especially quartz blocks and quartz pillars and stuff, like, so many emeralds, guys. I can get all of the quartz I could ever need. Literally. So, yeah, I decided to make the bottom of this road just look a little bit fancy. Like a little bit fancy. And basically the only purpose of this is just to be a flying tunnel. I mean, obviously you can run through it as well, but the entire purpose of this is going to be a flying tunnel. We have the ice highway, so you can paddle long distances, but these I don't think are going to be like super long distance. I think it's just going to be short, relatively short anyway, distances, where you're just going to kind of connect between 2 points, because it doesn't seem very logical to me to have, you know, a massive, huge flying tunnel system like you have the Nether highway with the boats. Even though it's funny just watching like the Hermitcraft guys when they play. Like they all have that ice boat highway in the Nether, and every single hermit that I see play, except for maybe Corrales and B-dubs, because they're not, like, they're old school Minecraft players, so they're just not used to Elytra yet, or at least they definitely weren't. But especially like all the newer players, or the players that have been playing on Hermitcraft for a while or whatever, they built those gorgeous, just absolutely beautiful tunnels in the Nether, and that's honestly where a little bit of the inspiration for this came from. But, you know, they built those amazing tunnels, but they all fly through them. They don't take the ice boat highway at all. Like they do if they have to, if they don't have an Elytra for some reason. But yeah, theirs come up to like a peak, like a cone shape, and then they have wood and slabs and trapdoors and stuff running up each side. I didn't want to be 100% derivative. I just kind of wanted to take the inspiration of, let's actually make like a decorative hallway that you can fly through. And I'm kind of happy with this design because we can kind of take a cue from this, and we can build a lot of different patterns with this kind of stuff. And, you know, we can have, you know, if we have green in here, then we can have like a different color floor, and we can have white on the outsides here like this, and you know, of course it's also going to be mixed in with the end brick or whatever, but I just think there's a lot of different things that we can do with this build idea. But yeah, we need to finish this leg of the tunnel. The main thing I really just don't know is I don't know how to connect it. That's kind of the main thing that I need to figure out how to connect it into the entrance of the thing. But I am going to actually crack at some work for some more of this, and I will rejoin you guys soon. And we are back, and now there's a nice extension in this, so now it feels nice and long. It was a really relatively short section that I had built before, so I'm really a big fan of this, as I said before. Just love the way that it moves past it. I'm finally happy to be using glazed terracotta in a build, which again is another one of those blocks that I just had never gotten a chance to really use. Never really gotten around to it. I am actually out of blue concrete, so I really need to get myself onto making some kind of a bedrock maker, like a bedrock machine here in the realm, but I just haven't looked up designs for them. I know they exist, I just have to actually look them up and see how feasible they are to build. I'm going to build it right over in the turtle because there's so much room in there. Like anything else that I need, like farm-wise, because you can't use the trick that you can use in Java. Like Java, they made it so TNT drops everything. I don't believe that that's the case yet in Bedrock. I don't know if that's a functionality that's been added or whatever the case may be, but I think that, you know, regardless, you can still get some relatively efficient designs. You probably still have to mine, you know, I mean, you still have to mine the blocks by hand, but, you know, like in order to convert powder to concrete, basically I've been making pillars. And if you saw the live stream that I did over on Twitch, then basically I just made a bunch of pillars all the way up to, you know, build height. And then from there, I would just douse a bucket of water down so it ran down the entire thing and turned it all into, you know, concrete blocks, and then just mine my way all the way back down to the ground. But, yeah, that's just one of those things. I think I'm going to grind out a little bit more of this project, and I'm going to go tend back to my villagers that are hanging out down in our little villager hall area. So I am going to catch you guys in a little while here, and then I will roll out the video. Welcome back, everybody, and you can see I have been a busy boy again. Busy boy. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. That's the wrong button, Nick. To the Hall of the Stonemasons. Now, we are still filling this out with our villager breeder that is down there. I decided... Now, this was, once upon a time, when I first started, when this was first the original game. You can actually see this in the World Tour if you go back and watch that World Tour video I did at the beginning of this series. But you can see, this is the original mine shaft that I originally dug out before I ever built most of the rest of the interior, actually any of the rest of the interior of the actual base that's in there. Any of the structures on top of the surface, anything else. This mine shaft was where I first came for resources, was down in this area, down all these adjoining shafts. Why I dug it with a 3-wide gap in the middle doesn't make sense to me, because if there's diamonds in the middle, you're going to miss them, Nick, you idiot. Okay, I'm going to, hang on. But, yeah, so I'm doing my best to start making use of this space down here, and I figured one thing I can do is start en masse trying to trade for more glazed terracotta and regular terracotta as well. But what I'm working on is getting all of the flavors, so to speak, of glazed terracotta down in here, and you can see I've color coded them so you know which ones they have. And I also want to make sure there's more than 16 traders in here. Obviously there's actually 26 spots in here, because some of them I want to double up on, and you know, not all of them are going to have the same different types of regular terracotta, so I want to make sure we have all the regular terracotta types in here mixed in somewhere as well. I could go through the trouble of trying to make sure that we have everything, like all of them have all, I think 1 or 2 of these guys have, yeah, see, he doesn't, but I think the other pink guy does. Yeah, the other pink guy does have pink terracotta and pink glazed terracotta. Like, I could, like, continuously keep breeding these guys until this happens, but this would take forever. Also, I had this, like, wonderful, like, weird notion that I was going to make all the beds color-coded as well, and it was a nightmare. It's bad enough, like, all of these workstations that are here, all these stone cutters here, basically useless. Because I can't get these guys. I don't know if my reputation is bad with them right now or whatever the case may be. I probably just need to wait a while for that to resolve itself. But they will not link themselves to these stupid stone cutters. And so I'm having a really hard time getting this all finished, so that way they can actually link up to their actual appropriate workstations and whatever. So I'm going to have to, I just placed them down for now just to get them out of my inventory and get them out of my way. But yeah, this is kind of what we got. And I wanted to make sure that this was built with blocks that I got from stonemasons. So we have a lot of quartz block all right through here. I stuck a bell right here just so that way we can have that here. And then I used a lot of brick. Created these kind of double archways, and then I decided to just take some slabs over across the top of the stair pieces on the other ones to create a little bit of a different look in here. And again, like I said, we have the glazed terracotta in here. So that way it's color-coded so you know what you're buying whenever you want to get a color of something. So I still need black, white, and purple glazed. Those are the glazed I need, and I actually haven't looked to see which types of regular terracotta I still have. But you can see in here, these are the regular types of terracotta I currently have access to here. So we have, let's see, we have yellow, pink, magenta, purple. I believe red is one thing that I notice is missing right off the bat. We have lime, we have green, we have cyan, we have light blue, so we don't have regular blue. We have black, we have white. We don't have brown. So we are missing a few colors of regular terracotta as well. So those are things we're going to want to fill in, obviously. Whatever we end up doubling up on the glazed terracotta in that point is just going to be fine. And let's go ahead down here to the villager breeder. I had to build a workaround access to this thing because it was driving me nuts trying to break the blocks to get out of here. Also, getting the guys from this down to there was a nightmare. I basically built this too high, tall channel down there. And this is a slime chunk. I actually had to turn the game into peaceful mode for now because the slimes were driving me insane. They kept spawning everywhere. Everywhere down here, which, you know, fine, but it was driving me absolutely nuts. So this is our villager breeder. And this is about 60, between 50 and 60 blocks away. And we've got a couple new babies in here. And oh, we got this guy. He's just standing here, just not doing anything. You just going to stand there for everybody? But anyway, so this is where they will grow up and they will become stonemasons. You see, this guy does brown. Like, all these guys do colors that I already have access to. Actually, I wonder if you do any of the colors of regular that I was missing. And I don't necessarily think so. No. So, yeah. And then, obviously, all the quartz that I can buy. Oh, the quartz is amazing, guys. Just all the amount of quartz that I am getting. So, this video, I believe I am going to upload as kind of a double episode here coming up on Wednesday. So, you're going to get this at the same time as the raid farm video. And the next episode that actually drops on the channel is going to be a little something special. It's going to be Hermitcraft Season 6. I've mentioned Hermitcraft numerous times throughout the series here as I've been kind of working on everything. It is a huge, huge inspiration for me. I watch a lot of the Hermits on there. I watch Green, I watch Scar, I watch Mumbo, I watch Iskel, I watch Stress, False. So many of the Hermits. Zuma, Corrales, I love Corrales. B-Dubs is absolutely amazing. Amazing builders, amazing content creators. Some of them are way better at Redstone than I'll ever be, just because I just don't take the time to learn the practical applications of it and whatnot. I'm sure I could if I really wanted to. Wow. Also, I've been killing cats like crazy to get string. Because there's so many villagers now over here that, yeah. So the real problem I was facing with this thing is these guys didn't want to link to beds at first. I finally did get them all to link to beds, which is great. But now I just need to get them to link to workstations. So I'm going to have to rip all the workstations out of here and then place them down like I did with the composters for the farmers, one by one until, oh, he links to this one, move it to that guy. He links to this one, move it to that guy. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Hermitcraft Season 6 has ended. So the season, I think it started almost 2 years ago. And I actually kind of came, I'll talk about this more in that video, but I actually came to Hermitcraft via Grian because I watched his Evo server, his Evo series, and then he left it, and that was around the time I was also watching a bunch of his, build-off videos with Mumbo and different things like that, and then I found out that he was joining Hermitcraft when Season 6 started, and I'd seen, like, Hermitcraft videos, but I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, it seems like this continuing series that I'd jump in and probably be lost or whatever. So I jumped in at the very start of Season 6 with Grian, and from there, yeah, I just started back binging a lot of different Hermits and following a lot of them, like, through the entire series and everything, which has been crazy, like I said. But Hermitcraft Season 6 finally ended. There's been some, I have just amazing memories of watching it, and I cannot wait to go and explore that. Now, this game, this realm right here, this is Bedrock Edition, but I play on Windows 10, and I also have the Java edition of the game, so I can't wait to fire up Java edition and load into the world. I know Cubfan left a whole, like, all of his gear, like, literally everything right at the spawn, so you'll be able to pick up all the Cub's gear, his Elytra, tons of rockets, all of his, like, if you want all the Concorp secrets and stuff, that's all going to be, like, right at the beginning of the game and everything. So yeah, that is going to be a special episode. I'm guessing that's going to probably come out either Sunday or on next Wednesday. So yeah, I'm going to get this video done. So I do appreciate you guys watching, taking the time to head to the channel. I really kind of love that little look there, just that quartz above there. And then you do have the brick that kind of interludes every so often. So I do appreciate you checking out the channel. Stay tuned again for that special episode. There may be 2 episodes because I may do 1 kind of a world tour, and then 2 I may do just playing mini games, because I want to play. Rendog did a whole ice boat racetrack, which looks amazing. I want to play Run, which is a game that Iskel made that Corrales was like obsessed with, and it was hilarious every time he played it. There's a lot of different mini games. Ravager's Run I'd love to play that Cub designed. I'd love to play a lot of these different mini games that the Hermits designed as well. Plus, there's just going to be so much to check out. So that actually may be a 2-episode series as well. But I am super excited to check that out. You see, these guys are trying to link to workstations, which means I may actually be able to finally get them linked up to workstations and actually get them to reset their prices and get them to reset their trades. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell. Get it on. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in Hermitcraft.